Eric with Fresh Ground Roasting here. This is the Mug Life. I didn't choose the Mug Life. The Mug Life chose me. I wanted to talk a little bit today about the AeroPress. The AeroPress is a fantastic way to make coffee. The interesting thing is recently they came out with this little baby called the AeroPress Go that's a lot of fun. And I'm also going to show you a product by Fellows Products called the Prismo and how all three of those things fit together. So first of all, the AeroPress. The AeroPress has been around for a while. The guy who made the Aerobi also invented the AeroPress, which is kind of interesting. I guess he loves coffee too. The AeroPress, I take this with me traveling a lot. It's a great coffee maker to have in your office because it'll just sit in the bottom of your desk drawer. Traveling, it's made of all plastic, so it's really solid. It doesn't break, and it doesn't take up a lot of space when you put it together. It can even take up a little bit less space. So that's what's fun about the AeroPress. It's really easy to make coffee with the AeroPress, and it's very, very forgiving. So if you don't have water that's quite at the right temperature, or you don't grind your coffee quite right, you can still get a great cup of coffee out of the AeroPress. The way it works is there's a little filter holder that attaches on the bottom. You have some paper filters that come with it. There's about 350 that come with the AeroPress itself, so that's good for like, what, a week. Put the paper filter in the bottom there and attach that. You do need a good solid mug. If you just have a paper cup around here, you will probably end up crushing the cup. And then I need some fresh coffee. So it comes with a measuring scoop. I'm not going to weigh my stuff out here because I usually weigh it out, but in this particular instance, I'm just going to use the scoop. I'm going to grind that on the finer side of things. On my Barazza Virtuoso, I have the setting at 12 for my particular machine. Your mileage may vary. Put the ground coffee in there, and on the side of the AeroPress, I have some numbers. I just have to fill the water up to one of those numbers in order to measure it. So once I put that in there, I'm going to add my water. And I just need to fill it up to one of the numbers. In this case here, I just used one scoop, so I'm going to go up to about 2.5. And then you can either take a spoon or the stirring wand that comes with it, give it a quick stir, and then insert the plunger. Once I insert the plunger, that creates pressure on the top so that it will stop dripping through. I can let that brew for maybe about 30 seconds. And then just by gently putting my hands on top, press down slowly. It should take you about 30 seconds to press down until all of the water is out. There you go. And that'll give you a fantastic cup of coffee. It does make a little bit stronger cup of coffee, closer to an espresso type drink. Some people like to add a little bit of water to that just to dilute things a little bit, maybe not as much strength to it, but you can drink it from there. The other nice part about the AeroPress is the cleanup is super easy. If you just take the puck and pop it out into the garbage can and wipe it off, that's about all the cleanup you need to do on the AeroPress. Now let's talk about the different pieces that go with the AeroPress and the different versions that are here. The one that I did right now is your classic AeroPress. It makes generally about 1 full cup of coffee, about 350 milliliters of coffee. AeroPress just came out with this handy dandy little piece called the AeroPress Go, which I think is really fun because one of the problems with my regular AeroPress is that I don't have a cup with me when I travel. If I'm on the road or if I'm backpacking or whatever the case may be, the AeroPress Go comes complete in this one little package here. It includes a stirring wand and a measuring scoop that all fit inside, and most importantly, a to-go cup that you can brew your AeroPress in directly. And the other nice part about that is it also includes a small packet that will hold a small number of filters, enough for, I think I've probably got 25 or so filters in here that just can sit right in the bottom or in this nice little rubber lid there. It all packs up real nice and small, and you can brew coffee in your AeroPress right in your cup, just like we did a few minutes ago. It is a little bit smaller. I haven't actually measured the size. This one only goes up to 3 instead of 4. And if you look at the dimensions of the AeroPresses, they are definitely different size, but they do use the same size filters. So if you have a bunch of AeroPress filters for your existing AeroPress, you don't have to worry about that too much. That's the AeroPress Go. Packs up nice and small. The stir stick and the measuring spoon fit right in the AeroPress. You can put that in the cup. You can put the filters in the red cap and pop that on top. Holds together really well. Throw that in the bottom of your bag. It won't drip or get anything dirty. Really nice way to travel with an AeroPress. The last thing I want to talk about is the Prismo from Fellows Products. This is a fun little product for the AeroPress that helps you make coffee that's closer to espresso than you would normally get from an AeroPress. What it is a reusable metal filter and a plastic piece that kind of behaves like a pressurized portafilter. If you're familiar with the portafilters you might see on lower end home espresso machines, you know that they're pressurized, meaning they have a little valve in there that causes back pressure that results in more pressure than the machine can actually give itself. That's basically what this is. And all you do is put the metal filter in the Prismo, attach that to the bottom of your AeroPress, and I would use 1 scoop of very finely ground coffee and fill the AeroPress only up to about 1.5 and make myself a nice espresso. It works really well. Granted, it's not a full-fledged commercial espresso machine, but if you're on the road in a hotel and you want something that's a fantastic espresso-like drink, this would be a great way to go. So that's about it. There's the AeroPress, the AeroPress Go, which is a lot of fun for traveling, and the Prismo, which you can use on your AeroPress to make some espresso as well. So all 3 of those we've got in the shop. Come on in and try them out and keep making coffee people love.